Hey AfterBuzzers, thank you so much for joining our newest panel here at AfterBuzz TV Better Things. It is Season 1, Episode 1, just titled Sam. It's the pilot. We really liked it. We have a lot to say about it, so please stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello everyone again, and thank you so much for tuning into the Better Things After Show here at AfterBuzz TV. My name is Sam Davidson. Weird, right? Main girl's name is Sam. We love her. You're gonna love me too. Let's hope. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SamD43. I have two amazing other panelists that will be here with the season for me as well. Please introduce yourselves and let us know where we can find you on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at Heather Yerrid.
Hey guys, I'm Renee Ariel, and you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Renee Ariel.
And of course, guys, don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. Tweet at us about the show with your thoughts. Use the hashtag ABTVBetterThings. We like to talk about things. I think we will continue to have more things to talk about. We're just getting introduced to these characters. So as a first episode, general thoughts, what are we thinking? How do we like it?
I like it a lot. I like it because she's raw, she's authentic, and we get to see, mature audience type of stuff. So that's always fun to experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love how realistic it is and just how funny it is. It's so funny, and I feel like she has no filter, and I love it.
Me too. So, for those that don't know, that just kind of watched it, this is Pamela Adlon. She is the creator, producer, writer of the show. She created it with Louis C.K., and a lot of people are comparing it to, the female Louie. It's on FX. But it's really one of the first female, that's just purely female-driven shows on FX, which is super exciting. I wish they gave it maybe a little bit more, whether it would be an hour the first episode or two back-to-back. There's just some weird, feminist to me that's like, they didn't give it all because she's a woman. Because if it was a man, they would have given this an hour for the first week. But you know what? That's crazy. And I think I've just had a bad week. So,
Wait, I was going to say, do you really think that? Do you think there's that feminist thing behind it because she's a female?
I mean, she is the producer, writer, creator. It's sad but amazing also that this is a huge thing for their network.
Definitely. And again, the fact that it's not filtered.
Yeah.
And it's raw. So it's showing me another Amy Schumer type of thing, which I love. We're exposing that, hey, women think like this too, type of stuff. So it was awesome. It was very good.
So good. I love that we just got to, the way that they introduced all of these characters, I thought it was just hysterical. And you just want to know what's going to happen next. And there's so many unanswered questions. And that's why I would have really loved a second episode, because I feel like there's some guy, and then what is she filming? So much that we just want to know more about now.
But ladies, that's why we keep coming back.
That's true.
That's why it is that short.
Not just next week.
Just keep on teasing us. But, yes, it's very day in the life of this single mother that lives in Hollywood. That's an actress.
I love that she's an actress.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The audition scene was so good.
I mean, there was a lot of, and the thing is, the scenes are very, they come in late and they leave early, which as a writer, I know that, that is how we're supposed to write. But it's very much, to the point. You're like, wait, what? That was funny. It's over. Next thing.
Love it. It's exactly how they teach you in school. It's, hey, you can keep someone's attention for this long, make it snappy, get on with the show. Loved it.
Yeah, and it works so well for this show.
Yeah. I loved, in the beginning, the woman judging with her judger eyes when the daughter, Duke, was crying. Oh, really? You're staring at me? You're judging? She wants earrings. You're going to buy her those earrings?
I love when she explains it to that woman. And the woman's face does not change, though. She's just
because she's judging. She thinks that she's crying, and the fact that she was on her phone. Sam was on her phone, so it immediately went to that. There's another mother who's obsessed over her phone and not paying attention to her daughter. I thought that was great.
But she is such a good mom.
She is a good mom. But she got her hot dog on a stick. Great mom. No, just kidding.
Well, I mean, it's kind of which evil are you going to participate in here?
Exactly.
And I, in no way, am a mother or, God, even close. I mean, listen, I might be pushing, I'm going to be 29 in a couple weeks. I'm not 30. That is I'm not 30. But I still, that stuff scares me when I see oh crap, this is going to be what, you know, at least some of my friends might be going through in the near future.
Absolutely.
You're like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My only experience is I am a mother of 2 really beautiful cats, and that's as far as my experience of motherhood goes.
So all my friends are definitely moms. And right now, what we just saw on this show is very, very authentic. We have the teenage daughter, Max, I believe it was.
Oh, Max.
So the
Piece of
teenage
work.
daughter, already on her phone, ready to smoke pot, looks like maybe a threesome. We shall see. We have Duke, the little baby. And then we have Frankie. Was it Frankie, right?
Frankie. Yeah.
So the 3 daughters, and every single one of them is associated, well, except Duke. Duke's just like still wanting the mom. But Frankie with the clitoris comment, cutting it off for feminist movement, and then Max with the pot and the phone. These are exactly, ladies, I'm telling you, the conversations that are happening at home because
Yeah.
of instant gratification, Steve Jobs and his cell phone enabling us to all be on the internet, everything. This is real.
I have little sisters. Well, one just went to college and one's a senior in high school now. And I mean, we have this age difference that it's like we're sisters, but I'm also horrified. Like I am also wanting to protect you and be your like semi-mom. I'm not their mom, you know, I would have been like 10.
Sounds right.
Yeah. But it is freaking horrifying. Everything about, and then one of them just got in trouble, and and the more I talk to the one that got in trouble about it, I just am like, listen to yourself. You sound like an old freaking lady, and you need to get on her level. Because I always think I'm so immature, but then, you know, you see that, and
Yes.
you feel like you're not so much. What I loved about Duke was that when I saw her, and there was in one scene she was playing on an iPad or something, I go, oh, poor thing, look what she's going to turn into.
Truth. That's totally truth. I'm curious, what do you guys think about, obviously, the daughter knowing about the mom's sex life, Sam's sex life in the bathroom, and she's like, oh, what about his father? What about that father? I feel like that happens again a lot too. We have single moms, they get pregnant, they have kids, and they're still young themselves. And there's a lot of conversation and dialect happening where parents, mothers, and probably fathers as well, are being more open with their kids. What do you guys think about that? That baffled me.
You know,
Me too.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Really?
My parents got divorced
Yeah.
when I was like 10 years old, and I still to this day, I'm like, Mom, don't tell me this. I don't want to know it now, and I didn't want to know it when I was 10. Honestly, please. I totally get it, and I think it's really funny.
Me too. Me too. My
think
parents
it's
got divorced at
hilarious.
5. My mother has never hid one thing. I tell you one thing. My mother has never hidden one thing from me ever.
Yep.
So I totally get it too. So when I saw it, it resonated. It's why I love it. And again, I'm thrilled that FX is pushing the envelope here and being like, hey, guess what? This is reality for some people. So I thought it was great. I still was surprised, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
We did not even use the word sex in my house. Like, we did not talk about it. I never had like the birds and the bees talk ever growing up. Yeah. It was not until school when they're like, by the way, sex ed. So like coming from like my upbringing and then seeing this, I'm like, does this happen? Like, is it
Yes.
for the show or is this a real thing? And it just like opens your eyes to like the way people are raised all different ways.
Yes.
And it was hilarious. I love that kid. I think she's so cute.
That's awesome that you had that separate upbringing, and seeing this, you're like, wow, does this really happen? That's cool.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
can't
never-
wait. Oh, we're gonna have a great panel because this show's gonna blow your mind, girl. Let me tell you that right now. It really
I
is.
know. After my parents got divorced, my mom was so devastated, and my little brother, I was all cool with everything. I was like, okay, Mom, do whatever you want. And my brother found something called the Beaver in under my mom's sink, which is, you know, like a humongous vibrator dildo. And it was given to her as a gift. He ran away for like an hour because he was so upset, and it was this entire thing, and it honestly reminded me of the show so much. That moment, I chased my brother down our community, and it was all over the Beaver, and my mom was like, someone gave it to me, like, I haven't used it, and I'm like, I am 12 at this point, and I don't want to I know what is happening. I don't want to explain this to my little brother. So yeah, I really like this show, and I like how it brings that out in people.
Absolutely, because
hilarious.
this is happening. I was surprised to see that she was an actress, so I did not think they were going to do that. I thought it was a cool intro too when she was doing the audition, and then she sees Julie Bowen come in. Who would
I
have thought?
love that.
Julie Bowen debut on the show when they were sitting there about to be, you know, trying to be actresses. I
Yeah.
thought that was funny.
I loved that scene. I think that we are definitely going to get a lot of really fun cameos throughout the season. Even like the smaller roles, I'm going to rewatch it, and I'm like, I know that guy from something. I was trying to IMDb it. Like, they're all very famous. If you guys know, Renee and I did Unreal, which just ended a couple weeks ago, which stars Constance Zimmer, who's nominated for an Emmy.
She's fantastic. I was not expecting to see her in this show, and I like died because I'm such a fan.
That's why you guys got so excited.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was like, what is
Constance
that? I was like,
fans.
why is everyone? I was like, what are they seeing that I'm not seeing? But that's why. That's
Yeah.
why. Cool.
She's amazing.
And I was actually on Twitter today, and the two of them are very good friends in real life. And, you know, but I didn't know Constance was going to be on the show. You know, my BFF Constance, because we're on the first name basis. But yeah, I didn't know she was going to be on the show. And I feel like she might appear a couple times because they do kind of look alike. I'm sure that they, in real life, go on auditions for the same roles all of the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm curious about day in the life of an actress, how often you can pick up your kids, when, where, how. We see her in the car with her oldest daughter, who's about to basically be like, Mom, buy me pot. Like, Gabby's mom said this, that, and the other. I feel like, again, we're in California. The
Very
show said
California.
Here. Yes. So now it's legal. I wonder if that's like going to be another key theme here, where we're going to see it nonstop and it's going to be okay. I think it is.
Or like in our lives when we have children. God,
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh.
Oh my gosh. But, I mean, it's so funny that girl, what is it, Max? Yes. Reminds me so much of my little sister. It's horrendous. But yeah, I mean, we do not. So we see Sam tuck, you know, cute little Duke in, and it's really cute. Don't touch me with your baby hands. And I felt actually the same way as you, Renee. I was looking at that kid, and I was like, oh, that's like my cat. When I'm in bed with her, and I'm just like, don't cuddle up on my chest, because I'm about to fall asleep if you do.
Okay, you know what? Now I will say this. In the very beginning part of the episode where she bribes her to stop crying with the hot dog on a stick, I literally was going to say, but I was like, I'll hold back, which normally I don't. So I know
Don't hold back here.
I was like, well, that's funny. It's what I would do with Moxie, my wiener dog. I would be like, well, if he doesn't stop crying, I'm like, what do you want, man? You want a cookie? And then I'd give him a cookie just to get him to shut up, which is horrible. So that immediately reminded me of that.
Did you just do a different voice?
Oh, yeah, I do have a dog
What
voice.
is your, that
That's my dog voice.
That's different than any dog voice. I've
You
heard.
have like an
Usually it's like a
accent.
baby voice, and yours is like not normal.
So you either love it or hate it. Like, people either hear it and then they say it all the time, and I'm like, oh, Moxie. I'm like, oh, you know, a handsome man. You know, a handsome man. So it did remind me of that. It did. There's a lot of tactics when raising kids that are the same, right?
Yeah, we understand all raising children here. Like, we get it. Yeah. Cats.
Yeah, I mean, I might just never raise children and continue to raise cats.
Are you a cat lady?
No, not yet.
I am.
But she is.
I have two.
No, you're not going to be a cat
like
lady.
rescue one and then get the other one for free. And I was like,
So are you guys also going to not want your cats to be honest with you? Just like she didn't want her to be honest?
Yeah,
She was like,
well,
don't tell me
keep
you're going to
things
stop
from
crying.
me. You
They
know?
can't talk. That's why they're the perfect child.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Truth. I bet that would have made her feel way more comfortable in the car. Sam, if she would have just quieted her mouth,
Yeah.
that would have been it. That was very, very great. You know what I saw that again reminded me that let me wait before I say that. It was reminding me of myself being alone, not being in a relationship. When she was carrying those garbage cans into the house, I was like, man, it is so hard. Those trash cans are so heavy to maneuver by yourself. And we really saw an authentic view of what it is to be a single mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. The irritated kids, not being able to control one kid having a threesome over. Again, I'm still going to stick to the story that might be a threesome. The half-naked friend with Max. The half-naked friend, and then the half-naked other guy friend in the
And
floor.
then like the guy with the long hair that like was a guy, but at first you're like, is that a girl?
Yes.
I don't know.
They were smoking reefer, and then how to control that. That's got to be tough. That's got to be tough.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is it going to be a threesome, or is that just like, are they really comfortable? Like, is
that what kids do these days?
I don't know. See, I did very different things when I was her age. I like was very innocent. I would like my friends would come over and we play like Sims, you know, and like make our own life. Like that's what we did. I was not like in my underwear with like my two friends.
I mean, I was, but I had the door locked. You know, and
At least be
no
smart
one
about
was
it.
really looking. Like, they were, but I did have two houses because my parents were divorced to go back and forth to. So I did use that.
That was authentic too, where she's like, "Fine, you're mad at me. Go live with your father."
I
I was
love
like,
that.
"Yeah." I was like, "That's factual."
How
Every
many
time.
times my mother has said that to me growing up? Go live with your. I will. And then he doesn't live here, and I'm like, I don't care. It is very authentic,
Yes.
and it's a lot. It also though made me a little bit sad, and I don't know if it's because I've kind of been through all of that, or I think at the end of the day, it just is sad. When I saw her, you know, kind of cleaning up dinner and making dinner, I was thinking, like, what the hell is she making? That looks disgusting. What was in there? And then, you know, if that was me, I'd probably be making something gross too.
You know what really resonated with me, though, and I'm curious to see what you guys think about it? The cell phone scene. So we finally got the close-up to really get a taste of what our lives are like when we're waiting. So that moment where she closes Max's door, the text comes through.
Okay.
And it's, first of all, the title, the name of the person was Nobody.
Yeah, which is what you do when you are, like, mad at a guy. Like, well, you're nobody. I'm never talking to you again. Love it.
Yeah, so that was so authentic. And then we get that close-up of that bubble. I mean, how do we feel in that moment when the bubble comes up and the dots, we're like, oh my God, what's going to be said next?
And then they don't.
Nothing.
However, guys do not text back that fast. That was not. No, guys don't text back within a reasonable time period.
They text me back.
And you're like, I've never experienced that. What are you talking about? Well, so relatable.
Renee, Jesus Christ, your 22-year-old ass needs to shut up. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. I really do love Renee. That's really,
She does.
She knows I
we
love
talk
her
about cats
so much. It's fun.
I thought that was great. I really enjoyed seeing that. And that got my stomach. Like that moment where, I mean, do you guys remember that? It's like when a guy texts you and you've been waiting for that text, like you do stop everything. I've pulled over on the road. Oh my God, he texted me. I'll pull over. Or I really will stop dead in my tracks with whatever I'm doing. And I will also, I will get down to the floor, like and get in that like, oh my gosh, in focus. And that's what we saw. And I thought that was great. And again, it showed like humanistic, like, oh, she's a mom, but she's also still a woman. Mm-hmm. Like, do you guys remember that feeling? Or maybe you guys have never had that feeling.
No, but I know how to play the game. I will type back a little bit too, and then I'll delete it and then drive.
That was horrible. And that's the worst. It's like, oh, alone.
I love you.
It's like, no.
I know how to play the game.
I could give it back to them. But the thing is, men are too lazy, and they're like, oh, wait, I'm confused. Bye. Yeah, at least with me. Thanks, Steve. Steve's like, oh, my God, therapy session for the night. But really, though, the show is kind of therapy session because there's not a huge, crazy plot line that we're following. It is the day in the life of this woman that will probably be, well, you know what? I hope to be married at least. But you know what? Apparently, according to my parents, they're like, well, you just don't have, you know, it in the cards. Maybe, who knows?
I'll pull your cards. I'll pull your cards after the show.
I went to a psychic, and I was like, what do you see in my love life? And she literally said to me, I don't see love in your future. A psychic that I paid.
We have to tell the truth sometimes.
Right? They're like, and you know, fine, maybe you were right. Beverly. It's okay.
Was her name Beverly?
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Damn
okay.
it, Beverly. So let's talk about the third daughter who, you know, was not in it a ton, Frankie.
So wait, does she have 3 daughters in real life? Like, I should know this, but
No, I do.
She does not,
so
right?
it's no. She has. I know she has a couple. It's very almost autobiographic. The show is, including I think the appearances as far as her friends. Like those are her friends.
Gotcha.
Also.
So I didn't mean to digress, but I was about to say, starting on Frankie, the appearance of Frankie talking about wanting to cut her clit off in order to have the feminist movement. So a part of me thought this was a little cliche. I feel like there's a lot of conversation around polarity, masculine feminism, like, you know, all of this gender, transgender stuff. So that entry, that's why I asked. I wasn't sure before I spoke on that. I thought that was a little bit cliche, like entering that in as that one dynamic. It's always like, oh, that's the token now girl that's a boy child. I feel like I wasn't a fan of that moment. What did you guys think?
It just surprised me because how old is Frankie?
I'm not sure. Maybe
Because
8,
that's
9.
like, it's just 14? Crazy because you think 14, she looks younger than that.
Yeah, I think she's younger than that.
She
But
looks
remember,
like 10, 11?
No.
but remember, Brad Pitt and
Maybe I just don't
Angelina
get
Jolie's baby girl, Shiloh, knew that she wanted to be called John at age 3. So age really isn't a factor in it.
Oh no, not because of that. I'm just surprised, like, to be talking about like the feminist movement and wanting to cut off your like that for a young
she
age.
jumped topics.
No,
I was
yeah.
like, what?
Oh no. That's crazy to me. That like at such a young age, that like that would be coming out of this kid's
Did you
mouth.
even know what a clitoris was at that age or not?
No, I had no idea.
What a vagina was. God.
Vagina. I was
Well,
like,
all
what
you
are
knew was
these-
you peed out of it, probably.
That's all.
Right? Yeah.
I think that's all I knew. I mean, depending. Yeah, around 10, 11.
But you don't pee out of it, do you?
Well, no, not the clit, the vagina.
We can get into this discussion.
Wait,
Yes.
first of all, why did I just whisper that? I was like,
They can hear
No
you.
one can hear. It's just a microphone.
Side note, you should literally write a story about your childhood because in a few years,
I feel
it's
like
going to be rare. No, in a few years, it's going to be rare. This is reality. Better Things, this show, this is
now.
what it's like growing up. Yeah, well, 25 years ago. So your story, side note, Write it down, girl. It's gonna
Maybe,
be
I mean, I thought it was pretty, yeah, I had no idea. And then watching this, especially with you guys being like, yeah, we talked about sex. I'm like, we never, I mean, maybe because, like, I had a very conservative, like, my dad's from Iran. He's, like, very conservative. And then my mom's just a conservative person. So we just never, like, never spoke of it.
Oh, yeah,
ever.
you're Iranian now.
My mom's going to, like, watch us and, like, why did you talk about this on the show?
Totally did. Speaking of those taboo things, at the end of the show, when she had to go back in and for acting, and she was in that makeout scene, what'd you guys think of that? What type of show do you think that was?
You, I think, are jumping to some conclusions here, Heather.
I don't think it's porn.
Soaps? No.
I think it's I don't think, okay, because they did stop it quite abruptly, so we didn't really get a feel of what the scene was going to go on to. We just know that one scene she wanted to delete of him eating her out. But we don't know how much it's going to show. We just know that she maybe didn't want that because, I don't know, she didn't want to, I don't know.
Girls. What were you watching? We have two scenes where the first one, she's bent over on her bed and she Googles mature lady sex, and then she's getting her makeup done, and the woman who's doing her makeup says, oh, what do you want to find out? Find your, like, 3 keywords, which, by the way, I thought that was a really good advice for finding things.
I know.
And she was like, penis, varies, or penis, maybe, penis, or something like that. And I'm like, okay, so we had a penis and a sex Googling, and then we see them, and she goes, oh, yeah, the part where he's, like, in my vagina or eating me out. And he's like, oh, the funny part, yeah. And then she goes back in. Totally. It's porn. It's porn.
No, I think the fact that he said the funny part, that it's like he's a writer, director, producer, something, and that it is... you know, a scripted, yes, I know porn is scripted, but sometimes I really am a little bit of a Renee, and I don't even know it, and I'm like, wait, no, they are, and then you're usually right, you know, but
Thank you. High fives on that.
But I'm not there yet. I really
That's
don't,
okay. That's
don't
okay.
want her to be doing porn.
Oh, I think she's doing porn.
I don't know if she is, because I wasn't sure that if the beginning was just her trying, because she doesn't really have like a love life right now. I thought she was just trying to figure it out, you know, for herself, try to find something. Yeah. And then I thought that scene, I took it as, because he said it was like the funny scene, I thought it was just like a, I don't know, like a romantic comedy, maybe a little raunchy, but something like that, that she just wanted this one like kind of inappropriate scene to be cut out. That's what I got from it.
Totally.
I mean, it's very possible that like these are all like, this is foreshadowing to find out like it is porn. But
I'll say that
know.
for predictions.
Oh,
there.
good
I'll say
idea.
that. No,
well,
yeah,
they know.
Yeah.
just cover the mic, whisper
Again.
into the mic.
Clint.
This is like turning into some other kind of thing. I love these noises, but it's just...
You mean
Sorry.
the audience? What noises? We have 50 people right here.
There
in front
are,
of us.
so, hi guys.
Oohing and awing.
Thanks for being here.
But, you know, it's a lot of fun, and I think we're going to get a lot more cameos, and I just am, because also I do want to say one other thing. We got to meet their dad. I'm pretty sure they all have the same dad, the kids. And
Yeah.
sees them once a month, and there's definitely a story to be had, as well with the man she was texting that is probably married.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we saw the dad, right? In like the...
No, that was her father.
That was her dad. Yeah.
That was her dad. That wasn't
dad.
the... Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I do think the guy that she was texting is married. I agree with you on that.
Oh, I
Even
totally think he's married.
Even though we're jumping to predictions again, I guess, maybe.
Married, engaged, one of those.
Probably married. Probably both.
Yeah, well, you know.
Married and
one of
engaged.
them.
One of each. One of each.
Like Sam said, she doesn't have a love life. She has her daughters.
Yes, that was so funny. And it was cute too. My daughter. Oh no, I date my daughters.
I love
date
that.
my daughters. I was like, yes. I
Yes.
can't wait for more like unique stuff. We're gonna see a lot this season, I think.
All right, on that note, let's get into some predictions for the rest of the season. I know we've covered some of it, but I want to talk about more.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So, hey guys, I think that guy, the mysterious man, nobody, I think when he comes into town, she's going to meet up with him, and then we're going to find out that I think he's going to be married. And then I think, like, maybe we'll have a scene where he's like, oh, I, like, care about you, whatever, blah, 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 but she's going to be like, you're married, but then they're going to hook up anyways, because we all like people that aren't good for us.
Yes.
But not married. Jesus,
it.
Renee.
Not
I love
married,
it.
but people that aren't good for us. I'm not just like, we all like married men.
I just really don't want you to go there. You personally.
I predict that, to me, Max seems a little moody Frankie seems a little moody, so I'm thinking someone's going to get their period for the first time next episode. I think we're going to see some period stuff.
That's a specific
I think because I'm trying to think of like what happens with Tina. I think we're going to see some period stuff. I think that maybe even Max is going to be like, hey, mom, smoke with me. So maybe we're going to see some mom on daughter smoke sessions as well as some periods coming up that are going to make people pretty uncomfortable.
Oh, that's like, I don't know. Those are good. I like the mom-daughter smoke sesh because I did think it was so funny in the car when she's like, Mom, you know where to get weed. And she was like, what? I don't, how am I supposed to know where to get weed? So, yes, possibly. I really hope, but, you know, she's a little brat. But all girls are at that age, and it's terrible. I'm sure I was, but I don't remember it that way.
Are you going to predict that she's going to be even more brattier or that she's going to get nicer?
No, I definitely don't think she's going to get nicer, that's for sure.
So
I'm just, like, hoping she doesn't get a DUI or something.
Oh, there's your prediction,
Yeah,
DUI.
well, yeah, probably DUI, but the little one is so cute, Duke, and I just want her to live out her innocence, which she never will. She probably, by the end of the season, will be walking around in makeup with, like, you know, a tampon, but she doesn't have her period yet.
Maybe she's the one that's going to get her period.
Yeah, that'll be so weird. God, who knows? We're going to try next week. I was going to have my computer here, but it decided to, you know, say, Sam, screw you, like the rest of the world. And I did not have it working, but we would love to be in the live chat with you guys because this stuff, divorced parents and kids growing up and single mothers,
is a reality
is
today.
a reality. And I also think that while the plot lines weren't very thick, there's so much we can talk about. I'm realizing now that we were sitting here talking.
Yeah.
So we would love to hear from you guys about it for the rest of the week. On that note, where can we find you guys on social media?
Hey guys, I'm Renee Ariel, and you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Renee Ariel. And make sure you check out my blog, Cats Lipstick LA. Add your email. It'll be launching September 18th.
You can find me at Heather Yerrid on Twitter and Instagram.
And you guys can find me, Sam Davidson, SamDavidsonEntertainment.com, Twitter and Instagram at SamD43. Tweet at us. Let us know what you thought of the show. We would really like to keep the conversation going. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.